Anyway, so I'm scrolling down on the blog.
Yeah.
This map is amazing. Explain to me what this is and why is this so awesome? I mean, I think this is just amazing.
Yeah, so this map, it is interactive, and it's in our blog, so make sure you go look at it, because that's really the only way you're going to see it. Maybe we'll throw a picture in the YouTube video here, but there's an interactive map in the blog, so go check that out. And it shows US with where the waivers from the last week are located.
Welcome to Waiver Watch episode 25 on May 3rd, 2020. We are 107 Waivers, and each week we bring to you some of the most interesting waivers approved by the FAA in the weeks prior. And I always do that. And
You nailed it that time too.
I know that I'm getting good. Finally,
you had the date.
That's right.
Everything
all in one shot.
I was ready. I was like looking at my watch. I was like, he's gonna forget it's May. He's for sure gonna forget it's May.
Yeah, we just flipped months. You know.
You did good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
here we are again. It is 25 episodes in. That is a lot of episodes. I mean, when we first started, I'm like, I wonder how long this is actually gonna last. How can we physically talk about waivers 25 weeks in a row? There's only a handful of waivers out there. Kinds, not numbers, but just types of waivers.
We really haven't run out of things to say though, which is
no, because it's always changing, right? And there's always things related to waivers that we can discuss.
Yeah. So
without further ado,
25.
Let's get 225. Well, is that straight vodka or just water?
225. Water.
Water. It
is like 9:45 though again.
Yes.
Again. Somehow we're finding ourselves at
just shooting in the dark.
Yeah.
We've been busy.
I guess,
COVID-19 just throws everyone for a loop. So
been slinging groceries and
That's right.
Taking names.
Yeah, we're still doing drone delivery. We did have a weather day today, high winds in North Dakota as usual. But you know what's interesting? We've only been impacted by weather twice since we've been operating. Today was a full day of weather impacts, and it was only like 3 hours of weather impacts the other day. So actually surprisingly good. I'm like kind of tracking, weather and how much you can operate. Because I know that is a lot of like people's comments, like right away they'll be like, oh, you can't do drone delivery, it has to be perfect and 70 degrees and no wind. It was like, no, actually it's kind of windy. Like we were delivering and the tent or the pop-up tent that we have blew over. We had weights on it and everything, so it was actually pretty windy, and we still were delivering well within the aircraft limitations, so we were good there. But it also had scratched the side of my car, which was a little bit of a bummer.
Oof.
Good thing it's work car, so I didn't care. Then
the drone mobile.
Yeah, the Ease drone mobile. So then we took a bungee cord and we bungeed it down to the car. We got a pretty sweet setup out there now. So,
but speaking of just all the things, right? We've hit on so many different items, but weather. Mm-hmm. What happens when that person wants their drone delivery and the weather's bad?
Mm-hmm.
Then what? So
yeah,
just these companies are going to have to be prepared for multimodal, delivery really at the end of the day. So
because you have to see where it goes, right? Because drone delivery is not a replacement for all things UPS, FedEx, USPS, all that. It's not. It's another tool to get packages and items to people faster. So it's going to be at the end of the day. We had some interesting conversations this week with somebody, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a combination of just different types of logistic solutions. Call it, right? I think that would be maybe an appropriate word to use.
I like it.
So yeah, we'll see where everything pans out. It will really depend on when these manufacturers, these companies are going to start type certifying. What are the limitations? Like, are they going to have waterproof drones? How fast can they fly and for winds? What's the wind speed they can fly and all this stuff. Temperatures, like, can already count right now. North Dakota in the winter, like, I'm not going to be here doing drone delivery in the winter. Absolutely not.
You'll be able to keep that frozen pizza, like, literally frozen on the way to you.
Yeah, it's just like negative 56. Yeah, it's sub-zero.
No problem.
Freezer. Like, I think they pay a lot of, like, Baudette Proving Grounds is in Minnesota, and this is where all the cars go, major manufacturers to test cars. Like, oh, lights out.
What the heck?
I'm in the garage. Anyways,
that's a sign.
All right. Let's get in. Yeah, we are bantering and
weekly waiver totals.
Well, here, let's hit the agenda.
Agenda,
right.
Yes.
The agenda for today is weekly waiver totals. We got a special surprise with a new waiver map, a correction to 10751B. I spread some fake news last week, so we're gonna recorrect ourselves. Did AUVSI copy 107 waivers? That's a good point. And more waiver bloopers. So stay tuned bloopers for the episode. So, as always, Jakey, let's jump into waiver totals. Hit me with what you got.
All right. So, 23 waivers approved. Actually,
we are going down in numbers.
Yeah, that's lower than 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Is it not? Yeah. So This is like a record low.
Yeah. Ouch.
Awesome. But we had 21 night waivers and 2 operations over human beings. Now, if you looked at the FA table, there was a 10731, but that's going to be one of our bloopers later in the episode. So
we'll talk about that.
There was just 2 hops over human beings. And so
both ParaZero, by the way?
This waiver map. Well, sorry, go ahead.
Both ParaZero.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah. It's really the only option these days. So it continues to be the only option.
For now. Hopefully, some other companies are going to be stepping in the game here shortly. Yeah.
Well, and there is a rulemaking going on ops over human beings as well. So things are going to shake up in. It's hard to say. 12 to 18 months.
I wish there would have been. We did go for ops over people with a different aircraft that has not been waived for ops over people. We got denied. That was our 0001 waiver too. Kind of sad, but
yeah.
Anyway, so I'm scrolling down on the blog.
Yeah.
This map is amazing. Explain to me what this is and why is this so awesome? I mean, I think this is just amazing.
Yeah, so this map, it is interactive, and it's in our blog, so make sure you go look at it, because that's really the only way you're going to see it. Maybe we'll throw a picture in the YouTube video here, but there's an interactive map in the blog, so go check that out. And it shows US with where the waivers from the last week are located. So there's our 23 waivers, and there's little pins on the map on where those folks or companies are located. And you can zoom around, you can hover over to see who got which one. So what do you think, Brent? I mean, what strikes you on this map here? Now we have more things to talk about now. So
yeah, I mean, I think it's really cool because data is so hard to consume in large quantities when it's just like text and numbers and in Excel spreadsheets and all that. It's just hard to understand what you're actually looking at. So when you can kind of step back and visualize this data, like, oh, funny that the FAA uses that for their UAS facility maps with ArcGIS, but this allows you to see where the action is happening. Like, this is like the heat map, like who's doing what. I'll tell you right now, South Dakota, Idaho, Oregon, Nevada. I can name all of the states that are doing nothing right now, but I can tell you the hot state, California, Colorado, Texas, Michigan, Ohio. That's it. So yeah, we have multiple waivers granted in each one of those states, but you can kind of just get a feel for, number one, it shows population density because obviously you're going to have people submitting these in bigger metropolises, but it's just interesting that you can consume this data in a different way. And it served up nice and easy. Jakey has done all the hard work for us and served it on a map, which is amazing. So that's what I think. That's what's good. Like say you're like Grand Forks, right? We have Al Frazier that just got his night waiver. That's convenient because you might not check the waiver table and see it. Well, number one, you have to click the waiver to even see where it's located. So we do all that work for you, and you place it on this map for us. So you don't have to click through the 23 waivers to find out what cities and states they're in. It's all right here. So I think that's the most value, is that in order to go through 23 PDFs and consume this data that we just put on this map would take a long time. And here you go. It's all served in one spot. So this is super valuable information. So I want to kind of skip. We do have the website laid out, but I kind of want to skip now. This is kind of like Jakey's answer to the AUVSI, maybe potentially copying what we did back in January when we did a 2019 recap of waivers. So Jakey was like, hold my beer, watch this. I got a great idea. And then boom, he made this map. So let's transition to that, and then we'll go to the correction that we have to clear up here. But so talk about the 107, Part 107 interactive report that they just developed.
Yeah, so April 20th, so 2 Mondays ago, AUVSI released their 107 interactive report. And so there was a dashboard with some graphs that you can click around in. And then they actually had a report as well, which was about 10 pages. And the report really just kind of covers what's in that dashboard and summarizes a couple things. So there's a number of waivers since 107 came out, the number per state, some timelines, and some business analysis on like big companies, small companies. What do these waiver holders look like? So like literally 3 months prior to that, Brent and I had done a special episode of Waiver Watch, 2019 waiver review. If you haven't watched that one, it's good. Go and take a look. But we did some very similar work, and I copied a screenshot out of one of our pie graphs that looks almost identical. Ours is a little more colorful, so that's got that going for it. But we did some of the same things, kind of timelines, how many waivers, what types. We took our business analysis a little differently and actually like named some of the names and kind of categorized them based on FA programs or drone delivery or energy companies and so on. So pretty darn close. Yeah. So it was when we saw UVSI release it, we were like, oh man, hold on. What is this?
So I mean, certainly AUVSI is a great organization to be a part of. If you're not part of that, sign up. Do get some. This is where kind of like your money is going, right? Our memberships pay for them to put this together and do the research and all that. But let's save us some membership dollars and just let 107 Waivers take care of it, and we'll give you the information next year. Just maybe slap our little logo on the side somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, but it is really interesting. I mean, I guess no matter who you get it from, it is there's a lot of insight on this data set, and just takes a little bit of massaging to kind of get that insight out of it. But it's all there, and some interesting things. So
for sure.
So yeah, I think we're gonna start kind of doing this map weekly. Just
think once the waiver totals get up too, like this map is kind of sparse, like it's potentially 1/3 less than what a normal, let's say a good week is, right? We were hitting like the 70s before COVID-19. So this map will be crazy once it starts filling up, like 3 times the amount of data in 1 week. It'll be awesome. So looking forward to that. Let's transition to I made a mistake last week, and we want to be as accurate as we can. We try not to speak when we don't know what we're talking about. And if we do misspeak, which I did last week, we want to correct that. So I had said that Amanda Young may have been the only lady that had a 107.51B. Unfortunately, I was wrong. I had to dig a little deeper. I went and checked right away, found out I was wrong. So we do have a number of ladies joining Amanda with that 107.51B, of which one of them Jakey and I both know personally, which is Michelle Carroll of SC Recon. She's in Minnesota, and she's always up here in Grand Forks. Very, very active. So
speaking of AUVSI, she runs the Great Plains chapter here. So
interesting.
Yeah,
there you go. Right.
So yeah, she is.
AUVSI is the largest, according to them, what they say, the largest nonprofit dedicated to unmanned vehicles in the world, is what they say. I probably believe it.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. Again, these the motion light, whatever. That's awesome. Dance party, I guess.
That's a marker of how long we're taking, how many times the lights shut off.
We are droning on about nothing. So let's get into the waiver.
So yeah, multiple females with 107.51 Bravos. We're glad to report that. So now to the bloopers.
Yeah, so
not Brent's bloopers.
No, this is a bigger blooper than me. This is an FAA blooper, or a mistype, which is a pretty big mistype, because if you see 107.31A on the waiver table, you start getting a little bit excited. Like, what are some people up to, right? So what is 107.31A, just in case if some of our viewers don't know what that was? Well,
that is generally associated with beyond visual line of sight. Of the pilot, at least, could be daisy chain VOs or I guess true BVLOS. BVLOS means a lot of things if you haven't figured that out already. But yeah, it's a probably one of the hardest waivers to get. So we do get a little excited when we see that.
However, it wasn't coupled with anything either, which is typical for BVLOS waivers.
Yeah, right. It's usually 31 and 33 together. So
Jakey did a little bit of investigation. What did you find? This is why we are so good. We do investigative journalism on this channel.
We were detectives.
YouTube, whatever.
Yeah, Detective Stoltz and Detective Eliason.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just a ParaZero 107.39.
Oh, it's just. You say like
just it's a ParaZero. Those are just becoming easy to get though, It's not even. It's almost not even that hard these days. No, so if you don't have one,
it's even easier when you use
go after one. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, just like a night waiver,
it is identical to night waiver.
Guaranteed. Everything's there, easy.
So
that's the blooper, just mislabeled. And that's John Cooper at Bird's Eye Aerial Drones. Give him a shout out. So on to the next. This is not so much a blooper, but just something interesting I stumbled on. It probably was John's waiver that I was opening up just to make sure it was not a 107.31. But I don't know why I clicked the signature, but I did, and it turned into an object.
Yeah.
So. That's interesting. So I grabbed it and moved it. It moved. That's interesting. So I just, you can copy paste it. You can delete it. So it just turns out the signatures on these waivers are, they're not, it's not flat PDF. So just, I don't know what that really means, but maybe we're bounty hunters and we just found a bug that the FAA didn't realize
DJI
that they're not
once.
flattening their PDFs.
It didn't last very long, the bounty program with DJI. They didn't want to pay people out.
Yeah.
And certainly the federal government will not pay us out.
Yeah. Can't imagine there's too much of a
but
reward.
maybe it will help us get a seat on the DAC.
Oh.
We need to push so hard. I would love for one of us to get on the DAC and support the small DSPs.
I think we could do that.
I think so.
I think we could do a lot of things on the DAC.
Yeah. We're both FAA safety teams representatives. So
drone pros.
And we're doing things in the industry that are not the norm. Drone delivery, challenging. Just the other types of works that we're involved in with our other jobs. So
yeah, that would be good.
But yeah, so if we're really digging into the weeds, we find everything. So it goes back to like, okay, now you got movable signatures. Probably not a good thing. It should be flattened. Like, even if you can't do anything nefarious with it, there's no reason why you should be able to move that signature. Like, that one light,
it's odd.
Night waiver that needed a light for however many miles that was.
Did that ever get fixed? Hold on, I know how to look that one up even. Let's do some detective work live.
No way did it get fixed. I will put money on that.
I'm not going to bet against you because I think you're right.
Yeah.
But I know where.
But what do you do? Like, okay, like if your waiver has an error and you're operating under it, like technically you have to be in compliance with it, right?
Yeah, it's still incorrect. For just so everybody remembers this fun one. So this waiver holder must have a high visibility light visible for 48.197848.143 statute miles. So
totally weird.
Yeah.
Right. So how do you maintain compliance with that? It's like impossible.
Yeah.
That light would be so heavy. Right.
We had a picture of the world's brightest flashlight.
Yeah.
So
it would melt the drone because it would be so hot. The heat sinks on that got to be ginormous.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, it's, you probably should just start with emailing UAS help and
being like, hey, you guys messed up on my waiver.
Yeah. And it's probably that one's so like blatantly wrong. So like if a aviation safety inspector came and checked you, and they'd be like, wow, there's something's wrong here. Okay, whatever. But if that was like a 4 instead of a 3,
yeah,
lights.
That's every 10 minutes. I'm not moving enough to get that motion sensor.
I think it's less than 10 minutes, but
you're right. I can't do math. It's 24 minutes recording. So
yeah. Anyways, UAS lighting, I think, is one of those, shall I say, areas the FAA thinks is working, and I would be willing to bet it isn't, because I don't know many UAS lights that you can see for 3 miles even during the day. At night, it's good. Yeah. But anyways, you can see the point. The ASI might, if it was just a little bit off, they might ding you for it.
Right.
You don't want that. So,
right.
Should get them fixed.
Seeing lights during the day is like very, very hard.
But they require it, and it's, we can, that's a good topic for another waiver watch.
For sure.
Daylight lighting.
Yeah. So
that's it.
Without further ado, that wraps up episode 25. We are almost halfway through our first year of doing Waiver Watch. It's amazing. So we'll keep it going strong.
Hope you guys are enjoying it.
What's that?
Leave us some comments. Hope you're all enjoying it. Leave us a comment or two if you want to see some content, or
if we're too long, if we banter too much, let us know. If you want it short, 5 minutes, we'll see what we can do. We have speed talk. But
if you catch us spreading fake news,
call us out. Yeah. Don't throw us under the bus. Just call us out. But
yeah.
Anyways, all right. Until next week.
That's a
Take
wrap.
care.
Fly safe.